When I was a young whippersnapper, you were the dynamic duo. And I remember coming to my first hip housing event. But I'm in year 10. Hip housing was around before me. So I don't know the real story of how you two came together and what was the concept and why hip?
A group of social workers got together and decided to start something called HIP. And they decided they wanted to invest in humans, so they decided to call it Human Investment Project.
So it was investing in human potential,
exactly.
Right?
And I got hired, and Jolly got hired, and then we both knew that housing was something that was pretty important. And we were being funded at that time by the Area Agency on Aging.
We started with a budget of $15,000.
$15,000.
For the two, and that included our salary.
That was it. Lois and I went out and did home visits. We interviewed the home providers in their home and then came back and looked at the people that were going to need a place and tried to make matches. Every time we made a match, we rang a bell. And so every time that bell rang, it was a mini celebration.
It was a great idea.
Ring that bell.
Ring that bell.
Ring bell, and then ring a bell, and we'd all look around. Oh, we made a match, we made a match.
So how many times did the bell ring in any one day? What was your record?
I think maybe a good day would have been 2, but that wouldn't have been
That's
every
at the
single
beginning.
day.
The beginning.
That's at the very beginning. When we realized that we needed more than just having places for people to live and share, we decided to build some houses to make it possible.
So what year did that happen? Because early on, it was basically matching.
Exactly.
So when did you evolve into thinking we
Well,
needed
I think
to do
it was
more?
probably the late 80s.
Yeah.
Our first home was the Pine Middle Field shared house
In Redwood
City. And it looks good today as it did the day it opened.
And another very wonderful program is a self-sufficiency that Judy Gaither got started, really. That's helped so many people to get on their feet and be able to be part of the community and feeling alive. We just really realized we were meeting a need.
As these needs became known, Lois always encouraged everybody to work beyond their skill level. You know, so you've never done housing development. Well, let's give it a shot. We'll send you to housing development school. And that's, I would never have done that probably in another situation. But one thing led to another, and I guess you would say we had big ideas and maybe not a budget to match, but we figured out a way to bring somebody else along in the community.
But you made us in the community feel that those in need were in good hands because you were being so altruistic. And you were being so entrepreneurial too, when you think about it, providing services for everyone from cradle to cane.
We were able to adjust to the needs as they come up. So instead of being just for aging and just for single parents, then it became for some families. We were helping people that were really worth helping.
A lot of corporate sponsors then became involved in hip housing. How did you twist their arms to get them interested?
We had wonderful boards, and I have to say, very, very happy for the people that volunteered their time. And that, when you asked, how did we manage to get the corporations? And of course, a lot of that was because of the board.
At every hip housing lunch, and I don't think I missed many, I would never leave without having cried because the stories were so moving.
It meant so much to us that you came to those luncheons.
Yes.
I'm telling you, they were pretty small at first, but you were there.
That's
and that
right.
gave us great encouragement.
Well, I became one of your auceniers too, did you?
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
right.
I would twist those arms.
You did a great job, and it just gave us, a sense that it was important what we did. Somebody like you came in and made us feel like what we were doing was worthwhile.
Jackie, you've seen us grow over the years. What's your view on the impact that HIP has had in the community?
So, Jolly, I would say that you made sure that everyone had dignity. And, having a roof over your head prevents you from becoming homeless, prevents you from that downward spiral into poverty. and it's giving them dignity, and that's what you did.
I, of course, want to thank all the people over the years that have been on the board of HIP, the board of directors, the volunteers, the staff, just in numerous unknown people out there, all the contributors. And of course now with Kate Comfort Haar in charge, who is doing a magnificent job.
She is.
It just makes us feel
Yes.
so good to see the way the organization has grown, and that it has continued to find the new avenues where it can help. Let people know that HIP Housing is doing things that are worthwhile, and we're very, very proud of it.